Hey, this is Phil Lilley, Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina on Lake Taneycomo. Going to do one cast this morning. It is Sunday the 18th of October. Been up here for about an hour and water's not running. I'm above the Narrows by about 500 yards or so. Been up here, the fish have been real active on the surface, just like that. And I've tried several things, a soft tackle, crackleback, stripping those, and even a Griffith's gnat with, I had one look at a Griffith's gnat. I've tried several different colors, sizes of zebra midges, and came up with a little rusty. This is a number, I think it's a 14. We call them rusties. Zebra midge, 6/2 tippet. And I'm fishing at about 2 feet or so deep. And if I can target something that's just jumped like that fish, I'll target it, but otherwise I'm just throwing out and letting it sit for a little while and seeing if I can get a bite. I've caught 5 rainbows. I caught 3 in a row after I put on the rusty, and they were all 3 what I would call native fish. The first 2 about 3 or 4 inches, and the second one was about 5. Third one was about 5 inches. The other 2 rainbows are in the 12-inch range, so I hadn't caught anything big, but there's some big fish that's been rising out here and jumping and chasing midges. There is a fair midge hatch coming off, but not, I mean, it's not crazy. I've not tried anything else really, no scuds or a white megaworm or anything. I'm just trying to imitate these midges. It was surprising that they've been this picky on the color, but they do seem to like this little brown, light brown. It's tied with a camel color thread with a dark head, dark bead. The issue for me this morning has been watching the float. When they strike, they will pull the float under, but they won't hold on to that fly very long at all. So you have to almost hypnotize yourself to that float. With all the other splashes and noises on the bank and everything, you just can't look away. I've missed probably a dozen strikes this morning by looking away, just glancing away. No fish on one cast. Just glancing away for a second, looking back, and my float is going under or gone. And each time you go to set the hook and he's not there, he's not holding on to that fly very long. Now that fish I could just about reach. That was a good fish. Zebra midge, there's really no action you can give it that I found to be helpful. I don't think it hurts to move it. The only reason I'd move it really is to mend the line. Wow, that was a good fish. But the bites are not coming super fast or anything. It's actually got to be pretty patient. I was fishing this about 12 inches deep a little bit ago and fishing up shallower on the flat. It looked like a bite. On the flat side of the lake, and that's where I caught the the 3 little rainbows. There's only 2 other boats up here. Oh, I see some midges bouncing on the surface up there. There's only 2 other boats up here. Oh, I'm sorry, Steve Dickey went on up. And there's a couple boats down below me at the Narrows. Other than that, it's quiet. There's no really rhyme or reason where these fish are coming up and when they're coming up. Uh-oh. One came up right there. So you know that fish that just came up ate a midge, so you know he's feeding, so that's why you try to throw close to him to maybe get him to hit your midge. Sometimes it takes, wow, some good fish up here hitting the surface. I got a little feeding frenzy going on back here. Got about 5 in a row hit the surface. Right here. Supposed to start raining here later this morning, and it looks like a chance of rain clear through tomorrow. Although the rainfall map, well, I did not see that float move at all. I was going to recast. The rainfall map doesn't show that we're supposed to get much rain at all, so I think it's more of a drizzle, which would be nice as far as fishing. This is actually the biggest fish I caught this morning. Got him right in the nose. About 13. About 13 inches, 13 and a half. Yeah, I knew it. Couldn't get that out. Just about had it. Yeah, I didn't see the float move at all. I just went to recast. He was there. I've got not quite the smallest, I'll get away from those leaves. Not quite the smallest float I could use with this zebra midge, but it's pretty tiny. And I want to use a tiny, really the smallest I should use to float a zebra midge. Because even if they're just barely tasting it, it should pull that float under. Starting to get a little breeze. I'm going to make a move here real quick. Got a spider on board. Yeah, starting to get a little breeze. That'd be good. Should improve the bite. Just gonna move down here just a little ways. Oh, that was a nice fish. Real nice fish. I think my zebra midge is a little deep for that water though. Yeah, it's dragging the bottom. Okay. I'd like to go for him, but it's not going to happen. Let's go on this side. Excuse me, Jack. Kind of look at that fly every once in a while. As it goes by, just to make sure it doesn't have any green stuff hanging off of it. Well, that was a big fish. I threw it right on top of a big sycamore leaf. One surfaced right there. I'll check my fly here in a second. It's fine. I'm gonna make it a little, move it up a little bit. There's really no rhyme or reason where I cast. I actually just try to pick a spot I'm not going to be in a bunch of leaves. Maybe on the edge, but not over the top. My little rusty midge is kind of worn out. It's welcome. I actually did a little bit better in the shallower water before, so let's go back over here. I'm in about 2 feet of water right here, 2.5. Now I'm less than 2 feet of water here. That was a pretty good rainbow. Missed one. These fish do cruise around a lot. They don't stay in the same place. So that's why I leave my fly in the same place for a while, because I know that those fish are moving around. They could find it. There is a limit to my patience. There is a little bit of current here. I'm moving just really, really slow. Getting down pretty close to the top of the narrows.
How far that road is. Yeah. I don't want to get the
Yeah, it's one of those little ones. There are a bunch of these up here. I've caught 4 of them this morning. This one's a little bigger, but man, he is fat. About 5 inches. Good, healthy fish. It's pretty cool to have them in here. But they gotta be targeted by these browns. They're just a perfect size to eat. And he didn't take the float under, he just vibrated it. Ooh, that was a nice fish. Surfaced right out in front of me. I'm gonna throw over there close to where he came up. You never know. That was a nice fish. I just got distracted. I'm getting over in this deeper water. It's about 3 feet here. Start thinking about maybe moving that float again and make it a little bit deeper, but I'm probably fishing in 4 or 5 foot of water out there. There's still a fair amount of fish that are cruising just under the surface, looking for stuff on the surface. So there's one up here. They look like those little native rainbows, real small. I think they went the other way. He's right there. Ah, you touched it. Again, it's probably one of those little ones. That's good. He's smart. He didn't need it, he just touched it. Okay, give it a couple more minutes. I'm going to try a scud, I think, if I have time. Oop, it's 9 o'clock. I got laundry duty this morning. Wanted to try a scud up here. But I'm not going to get that done. I think you'll notice today, I think what we're going to start doing is loading one cast back on Facebook again and YouTube. And we're going to drop our ads off YouTube. It's not worth it. It's not worth the time. Okay, one more cast. I'm not doing any good targeting anything, so. Oh well. It was fun. Pretty quiet out here. People wise and fishing wise. Nothing wrong with that. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow.